Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you for joining me again, episode 4 of Healthy Tips and Tricks with Kelsie. So, today we get to talk about nourishing our bodies. So I want you to think, what does the word nourishing mean? Now, I want to pause and I want to make a rule that there is no such thing as a good food or a bad food. We're not going to refer to food as good or bad. But I do want you to think of food as either nourishing or not so nourishing. How does that food make you feel when you take it in? So now I want you to be super mindful about when it comes to eating time, about how does this food make you feel? Does it make you feel nourished or not so nourished? And what does that mean for your body? How is that impacting your goals? Or if you're trying to lose weight, how is that impacting your weight loss? Okay? So nourishing versus not nourishing foods. And I want you to think of our standard meals throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a couple snacks. So when it comes to like our main meals, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, I want you to think of when you build those meals, try and think of your 3 to 5 food groups to choose from to build those meals. And what are our food groups? So we've got fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and meats, right? So when it comes to our main meals, let's try and get 3 to 5 food groups per main meal. And when it comes to snacks, let's say 2 to 3 per snack. So we're really trying to eat a good amount of food here, of nourishing food per meal. And then we could talk about meal times, and it's suggested anywhere from 4 to 6 meals per day, about 2 to 3 hours apart. And I know that everybody's different, and there's a lot of changes that we're trying to make in ourselves all at once. So let's just change the things that we are in control of. And maybe we go back and we can write a goal about nourishing foods. And this could be our SMART goal for this coming week of trying to implement more nourishing foods in our meals throughout the day. And I want to talk about the 80-20 rule because nobody's perfect all the time. And I don't expect anybody to be perfect all the time because, number one, it's not fair and it's unrealistic. So, 80-20 rule is 80% of the time we are taking in whole, nourishing foods. And so when I say whole foods, you don't just eat the whole apple at once, but it's a whole food made up of real food. It's a real food, whole food, get it? But, so 80% of the time we're taking in whole nourishing foods. And that 20% of the time could be those foods that maybe aren't so nourishing, but they're pretty stinking tasty. Like those cakes and cookies and ice cream. Because let's be honest, I'm not going to give those up either. Because those are the foods that we use to celebrate with. And so why wouldn't I partake in a celebration? Because that's life. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, a Tuesday, why not? So nourishing our body, it can be the 80-20 rule we can implement on a daily basis, weekly basis, or even a month. But let's again be realistic about implementing this 80-20 rule in our lives and how we can use our planning and preparation to succeed when it comes to the 80-20 rule. And so there's a few other things that could help when talking about nourishing our body. And that is portion size. So a lot of things is we don't know how big a portion or a serving is, especially on fruits and vegetables that don't come with a label on the back that we could read like a lot of other foods do. We could just flip the container over, read the serving size. That's how much that I am going to have as a serving or my portion of this food. And so I would do some research on that and just see what are your portions of fruits and vegetables, and especially towards the goals that you're trying to achieve. So, for example, a typical serving of meat, 3 ounces, and a serving of ice cream, half a cup. And a really cool tool that you could use when it comes to serving sizes is your hand. So you have a built-in portion control system right here. So your palm right here, so the middle of your palm, is approximately 3 ounces. So that would be size of some meat. So a protein source, 3 ounces is your palm. So meat, fish, tofu, size your palm. And then your fist is about a cup. Your fist is about 1 cup. And so that would be a serving of fruit, vegetables, and grains for your fist. Okay? And then your thumb right here, is approximately 1 ounce. And so that would be for nuts, cheeses, and peanut butter, because nobody's giving up peanut butter. So built-in portion control system. So that's pretty stinking cool. And again, so we're trying to get in 3 to 5 food groups in appropriate portions for your meals during the day, and then 2 to 3 food groups in those snacks during the day of those nourishing whole foods. And remembering that the 80-20 rule is something that we can ebb and flow through, and projecting on what's going on throughout my day, week, or month, and then giving ourselves grace, knowing that life happens and you don't just fall off the wagon. That's just not something that you just, whoop, you're off. Guess what? You can choose to get off the wagon. You can choose to get back on. So if there's a surprise meeting with cake at the office, you can choose to get off your 80% nourishing part of your day, and you can choose to have some cake. That's okay. And then you can choose to get back on your wagon and keep going about your day. That's the great part about this, is you can choose, but you can still stay accountable to yourself. And respecting yourself and respecting your goals while still interacting in the best parts of life, which can be food, but prioritizing nourishing yourself first. So thank you guys for coming and listening to episode 4 of Nourishing Your Body. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below or reach out to any one of us in the wellness staff at the Y. So hope to see you guys soon. Bye.